The Council of Elders gathered inside the Great Hall of Sci-Fi. 12 leaders from different alien species sat around a huge, glowing table. Their faces were tense. Their eyes shifted nervously from one to another. Something had happened. Something none of them could explain. Across the galaxy, a strange message was repeating again and again in every known language. Strike again and face Earth's total destruction. No one knew who had sent the message. It came without a source, without a ship, without a trace. It simply appeared inside every communication channel at once. Military, civilian, even private. Some believed it was a trick. Others feared it was a real threat. Grand Chancellor Vorax of the Creole Empire stood up. His voice echoed through the hall. "We defeated Earth 50 years ago," he said. "They were weak. Their technology was primitive. How can they now threaten the entire galaxy?" No one answered. Councillor Jaren of the Velari clicked her sharp fingers nervously. Maybe Earth found something. Some weapon. The room fell silent. Even the oldest warriors, who had fought hundreds of battles, looked uneasy. To find the truth, they decided to send a scout. Captain Therox, one of the best pilots in the galaxy, was given the mission. His ship, Silent Spear, was small, fast, and invisible to most radars. He was ordered to fly to Earth's orbit and scan for any unusual activity. He laughed when he received the mission. "One planet against the galaxy," he said, smiling. "I'll be back before you finish your drinks." The council watched as Silent Spear disappeared into the stars. Hours passed, then a day. Still no word from Captain Therox. Inside the council hall, tension grew heavier. Finally, a single signal came from Silent Spear. It was weak and filled with static. But one thing was clear. Captain Therox had reached Earth's orbit. He reported no signs of defense fleets, no large battleships, no space stations. Earth looked quiet. Too quiet. "This is strange," Therox said in his last transmission. "No weapon signals. No movement. Just silence." He activated his long-range scanner to get deeper readings of the planet. For a few seconds, there was nothing. Then, without warning, Silent Spear exploded. No missile, no laser beam, no attack detected. 1 second the ship was there. The next, it was gone, completely erased. The explosion shockwave was so strong it sent tiny ripples through the nearby space. Earth still remained silent, untouched. The council stared at the screen in horror. For a long moment, no one spoke. The room felt cold, heavy. Chancellor Vorax clenched his fists. What happened?" Councillor Jaren whispered. "They have a weapon we cannot see." Another leader, General Kor of the Narnax, growled, "No, they have something more. Something even we do not understand." Rumors began to spread quickly across the council worlds. Earth has built a weapon that bends reality. They can destroy ships without firing. They control the void between atoms. Fear started to grow. Smaller species, who had once joined the Council's war against Earth, now questioned their loyalty. Messages from distant planets arrived, full of worry. What if Earth strikes first? Should we apologize? Should we surrender? Within just 2 days, Earth, a once broken and humble world, had made the strongest empires of the galaxy afraid to breathe. Back in the council chamber, a secret debate started. Some demanded immediate attack, to destroy Earth before it became too powerful. Others argued that attacking might trigger something even worse. Grand Chancellor Vorax slammed his fist on the table. "We are the rulers of the stars. We cannot be held hostage by one planet." But deep inside, even he felt the fear crawling under his skin. They had crushed Earth once, but something had changed, something unseen, something unstoppable. Meanwhile, orbiting far above Earth, hidden in the darkness of space, something ancient waited. A machine not made by human hands, but found by them. A machine that whispered to them the secrets of destruction. a machine now fully awake. It listened to the Council's arguments. It watched their ships. It waited for a reason to strike. Earth had given one final warning. Strike again and face Earth's total destruction. The galaxy was trembling. And Earth, silent, patient, and watching, was ready. The council hall was full of silence after the news of Captain Therox. His ship, Silent Spear, had exploded without warning near Earth. No alarms, no attack signals, just a bright flash, and then nothing. Grand Chancellor Vorax clenched his fists. "This is not possible," he growled. Earth was broken after the last war. They had nothing left. Nothing. But deep inside, even Vorax felt a cold fear. The elders looked at each other, remembering the dark days of the past, 50 years ago, when they had first invaded Earth. At that time, Earth seemed easy to conquer. Humans were fighting among themselves. Their technology was behind by centuries. Their armies were small. Their ships were weak. The invasion was quick at first. Alien fleets crushed Earth's defenses easily. Cities fell. Governments collapsed. Billions of humans were trapped, helpless. Victory looked certain. But then, everything changed. It started with the Battle of Silent Valley. A small group of human soldiers, using strange and unknown weapons, destroyed 3 entire alien battalions in one night. They moved through the darkness like ghosts. No scanners could find them. No shields could stop their bullets. Then came the Sci-Fi event. Human engineers somehow hacked into the alien warships. Entire fleets started falling from the sky, burning like meteors. It was as if Earth had awakened some hidden power deep within itself. The aliens suffered heavy losses. Fear spread through their armies. For every city they destroyed, 3 more human bases appeared underground. For every human they killed, 5 more rose to fight. It was not technology alone. It was something else. Something stronger. Something terrifying. The Creel Empire, the Valari, the Droxan Legion. All the great powers had to unite just to survive Earth's rage. In the end, they abandoned the invasion. They made a secret agreement never to attack Earth again. They called it the Silent Treaty. But now, after so many years, someone, or something, from Earth was speaking again. Counselor Jurin's voice was low. "They warned us once. We did not listen. We paid the price." Vorax slammed his fist on the table. "This is madness. We have grown stronger since then. We have weapons they cannot even dream of." "Then why did Therox's ship vanish without a trace?" Jurin asked coldly. The question hung in the air like poison. Deep in the control room of the High Command, a small hologram played a recording taken from Therox's last transmission. It showed the final image before the Silent Spear exploded. It was Earth, silent, blue, beautiful. And then, just for a second, something strange. A dark shadow across the surface. It moved like a crack in the sky, but when experts examined it, they found no data, no heat, no radiation, no known energy signature. It was as if reality itself had torn open. General Kroth, leader of the Droxan warriors, watched the hologram carefully. He had fought in the old war. He had seen human secrets firsthand. He knew better than anyone that Earth could never be trusted. "They are hiding something," Kroth said. His voice was like stone. "Something bigger than before." "Should we strike now, before they become unstoppable?" asked Admiral Nyrex of the Vorn Collective. Vorax nodded quickly. "Yes, we strike with everything. Burn their planet if needed." But Jurin shook her head. "And what if that is what they want? What if this warning is a trap?" The council argued for hours. Some wanted to attack immediately. Some wanted to run. Some, the wise ones, suggested something else, to find out the truth before making any move. In the end, they agreed on a secret plan. Send a second scout team. Not a ship this time, but agents who would land on Earth in disguise, find out the source of the warning, and report back. It was dangerous. It was risky, but it was their only choice. The Council prepared their best operatives, trained to hide even among humans. They would slip through Earth's defenses like shadows, or so they thought. Far away, beyond the Council's reach, Earth was already watching, silent, waiting, and deep below its surface, something ancient, something powerful, began to stir again. The real endgame was only beginning. The blackness of space around Earth seemed empty. No fleets, no patrols, no defense satellites. It looked weak, vulnerable. But those who had fought humans before knew Earth's silence was never a sign of weakness. It was a warning. The Council had decided to act carefully. They sent a small team of elite agents toward Earth. Their ship, Whisperfang, was made with cloaking technology. It could move like a shadow, hidden from most sensors. Inside Whisperfang, 5 agents prepared. Each one was the best from their species, experts in spying, sabotage, and survival. Their leader was Commander Varric, a hardened veteran who had once fought in the Battle of Silent Valley. His body was covered with scars. His eyes were cold. He had seen what humans could do, and he hated them for it. This time, he growled to his team, "We find their secret. We destroy it before they can use it." The ship entered Earth's orbit. Still, there were no warnings, no attacks. Earth floated below them, calm and quiet. Commander Varric smiled cruelly. "Fools," he muttered. "They fear us." The team prepared to land. But as they moved closer to the surface, strange things began to happen. Their ship's scanners failed to lock onto any major cities. Maps from old wars showed places like New York, Tokyo, London, but now there were no signals, no signs of heavy life. It was as if the humans had disappeared. Still, they picked a landing site, an abandoned forest where old ruins stood. Whisperfang landed without trouble. The agents stepped into the darkness, their suits blending into the night. No alarms, no guards, just the sound of wind through broken trees. They moved forward carefully, scanning for signs of human life. But everywhere they looked, they found only emptiness, collapsed buildings, rusted vehicles, dead cities. Commander Varric narrowed his eyes. "Where are they?" he whispered. After hours of searching, they found something. A door, hidden underground, deep below the ruins of an old human factory. It was sealed tight, made of metal stronger than anything they had seen before. Strange markings were carved around it, symbols not found in any human language. Counselor Gerin, who was watching remotely from the high command, felt her heart race. "This is not normal," she said over the communication link. "Proceed with caution." Commander Varric ignored the warning. He placed a high-energy explosive against the door and stepped back. The explosion was silent, powerful. The door cracked open, revealing a long, dark tunnel. Without hesitation, Varric led his team inside. As they moved deeper underground, they began to feel it, a heavy pressure in the air, like being watched by 1,000 invisible eyes. Lights flickered along the walls. Strange machines hummed quietly. Symbols glowed faintly in colors they could not describe. They found chambers filled with human technology mixed with something else. Alien. Ancient. Commander Varric realized with a cold shiver, humans had not only survived, they had evolved. They had discovered something powerful, something beyond their own knowledge. "What is this place?" one of the agents whispered. Before Varric could answer, they entered the final chamber. And there, they saw it. Hundreds, no, thousands, of ships. Silent, dark, sleeping. Each ship was shaped differently, unlike anything ever built before. Some looked sharp and sleek like knives. Others were massive, heavy like mountains. Strange energy flowed through their bodies. It was the Silent Armada, Earth's true weapon. An entire hidden fleet, waiting quietly under the surface of the planet. Varric's heart pounded in his chest. He quickly began recording images, sending data back to the council. But as he activated his communicator, the room came alive. Lights blazed to life. A deep, rumbling voice filled the air, calm, cold, and final. You were warned. The agents froze. The ships began to hum. Energy built in the air like a rising storm. Commander Varric shouted, "Abort! Get out! Get out!" They turned and ran back toward the tunnel, but the exit had sealed shut. Walls shifted, machines moved. It was like the very building was alive, and it was angry. One by one, the agents disappeared, swallowed by the walls, erased by invisible forces. Only Varric reached the outer door, banging on it, screaming orders, but no one came. Above the surface, Whisperfang was ripped apart by an unseen force, shredded like paper in the wind. From orbit, the Council's spy satellites watched in horror as strange energy bursts rose from Earth, reaching high into space. The silent armada was waking up. Earth was no longer silent. Earth was no longer patient. Earth was preparing for war. And this time, there would be no mercy. The Galactic Council was in chaos. Live footage from their spy satellites showed the impossible. Earth's underground fleet, the Silent Armada, had activated. Thousands of ships rose silently from beneath the planet's surface. There was no communication, no threats, no orders, just silence. And then, they vanished. Not destroyed, vanished. Off all scanners, off all frequencies. Even the most advanced alien technology could not find them. It was as if Earth's ships had melted into space itself. Counselor Jaren stared at the screens. They're not hiding. They're hunting. 1 week passed. Then it started. A cargo freighter from the Creole Empire exploded mid-flight. No warning. No trace of attackers. Then a mining colony on the edge of the Lari space went dark. 10,000 workers. Gone. Then a military base on the Droxan moon shattered in one precise strike. Every ship destroyed. No survivors. The Council received no message, no demands. Just one replayed sentence, left behind in static. We warned you. Panic spread. Every species scrambled to defend themselves. Fleets were called back. Borders locked down. But it didn't matter. Wherever they hid, Earth's ships found them. And when they struck, no one even saw them coming. Back on Earth, inside a hidden control room deep beneath the ruins of old Washington, D.C., Commander Ava Reyes stood before a glowing screen. Her face was calm, her eyes sharp. Targets confirmed, she said. Execute Phase 2. Beside her stood General Kale, one of the last veterans of the old war. His body was old, but his spirit was fire. We gave them peace, he said quietly. We gave them silence. They broke it. Now we show them what Earth has become. Each ship in the Silent Armada was piloted by an AI linked with human thought. Fast, deadly, impossible to fool. They didn't use radio or signal. They moved like ghosts, spoke through quantum threads, and struck with weapons beyond alien understanding. One weapon was known as Whisperfire. It didn't blast or explode. It erased matter itself. Quiet, clean, unstoppable. Entire battleships were vanishing mid-flight. One by one, enemy fleets fell apart. And still, no one saw the attackers. On the Council homeworld, Grand Chancellor Vorax screamed at his advisors. Where are they hiding? What power is this? They're everywhere, whispered Jaren. And nowhere. A sudden alarm blared. A fleet of 200 alien warships had just been stationed around the planet's orbit. Now, 30 of them were gone. In less than 60 seconds. No traces. Just pieces. Vorax looked up, shaking. They're here. Meanwhile, in the outer system of the Vorn Collective, a massive weapon platform, the size of a small moon, prepared to fire on Earth. They believed they had the firepower to destroy the planet. But as they charged the weapon, something cut through space. Not light, not matter. Just silence. A single Earth ship appeared before them. Not large, not armed visibly. Its surface shimmered like a dark ocean under the stars. The Vorn commander laughed. One ship. Against this, the Earth ship said nothing. Then it split into 100 shapes, shifting like smoke, faster than any computer could follow. In less than 10 seconds, the moon weapon was gone. Not destroyed. Disassembled. Taken apart piece by piece. Like it was never there. Across the galaxy, fear became madness. The name Earth was now spoken like a curse. Even younglings in alien schools were told bedtime warnings. Never wake the humans. Back in the council chamber, emergency lights turned red. A message had arrived from Earth. Just 2 words. Final warning. General Kale stood before a massive display of the galaxy. Red lights marked alien capitals, fleets, and colonies. One by one, those lights were blinking off. Humanity was not conquering. They were teaching. Teaching every species a lesson. Earth's silence was not weakness. It was restraint. And that restraint was over. Kale turned to Commander Reyes. Prepare the next wave. Reyes nodded. Understood. Operation HFY begins now. As Earth's warships moved deeper into space, shadows stretched across every star system. The galaxy had mocked Earth once. They would never make that mistake again. The counterattack had only just begun. The galaxy was in chaos. Every species, every empire, every warlord who had once mocked Earth's strength now trembled in fear. The Silent Armada, Earth's hidden fleet, had proven one thing. Earth was not a broken, weak world. It was a sleeping giant. And it had just awakened. On the planet's surface, hidden deep beneath the ruins of Earth's old capitals, humanity's greatest military minds gathered for one final meeting. General Kale stood at the front, his face stern, his eyes locked on the glowing star map. The lights flickered above them, the shadows of old wars, and new fears looming over them. The time has come, Kale said, his voice carrying the weight of 1,000 battles. The galaxy now knows we are alive, and they will not stop until they wipe us out. Commander Reyes, standing beside him, nodded. But we have done what no one thought possible. We've crippled their fleets, shattered their pride. If we stop now, they will strike back harder. We have no choice but to finish this. There was a moment of silence. The room was heavy with the gravity of what they were about to do. They were not just fighting for Earth anymore. They were fighting for the future of every human who had ever lived, and every human who would ever live. In the heart of the Galactic Council, the mood was not of fear, but of desperation. Grand Chancellor Vorax stood before the council. His eyes were wild with panic. We can no longer pretend. Earth has destroyed everything we've sent. Every weapon. Every fleet. Councillor Gerin, who had once thought herself above fear, now trembled. They have power beyond anything we've ever known. If they choose to, they can erase us all. They won't stop until we are gone, said Admiral Myrex, his voice bitter. It is either us or them. They will never stop, Vorax snapped. We must crush them now, before they grow stronger. The Council's decision was made in the coldest, most calculated way possible. If Earth was to be destroyed, it must be done quickly, before they could gain more power. Every resource, every fleet, every weapon in the galaxy would be aimed at the planet. The last remaining hope of survival was their final weapon. The Void Cannon, a device so powerful it could erase entire systems in a single shot. It was their only chance. Back on Earth, the last remaining defenses were being activated. The Silent Armada was not alone. Hidden beneath every city, in every forgotten bunker, were soldiers, engineers, and warships, ready to fight, ready to die if necessary. General Kale turned to his team. We've faced their best, but now they will throw everything at us. This is the final stand. Commander Reyes met his eyes. We won't give them the chance to try again. In the void of space, the fleets of the Galactic Council gathered. Millions of ships from every empire, each one a weapon of unimaginable power. And at the front of the fleet, the Void Cannon, a ship the size of a small moon, surrounded by thousands of smaller warships. Its weapon could turn Earth into dust, and nothing would remain. But as the fleet prepared to fire, a strange signal came through. A faint, quiet message. "We warned you." The transmission was so low, it was almost lost in space. But the Council listened, and they understood. Earth had already started. As the Void Cannon charged, Earth made its move. One by one, human ships broke through the Council's defenses. They were faster, quieter, and smarter. Every strike was clean, every target precise. The silent armada moved as shadows, slipping through the defenses like they were nothing. And as the final fleet of Council ships approached Earth's atmosphere, the first wave of human warships appeared in their path. They did not wait for orders. They attacked. Ships exploded in midair. Fleets were broken in half. The Void Cannon fired once, but Earth's ships moved too fast. It missed by a hair. The tables had turned. Kel's voice echoed over the comms. "This is Earth's final message to the galaxy. You will not win." In the heart of the Council's fleet, panic spread like wildfire. Ships turned in circles, firing on their own, trying to escape. But it was too late. Earth had already made its move. As the last remaining Council ships fled toward the outer rim, Kale looked down at Earth's surface, where the cities that had once fallen to alien invaders now stood tall once more. The silent armada had not only destroyed alien ships, it had given Earth a new purpose, a new beginning. And now, the galaxy knew the truth. Earth was no longer a broken world. It was a force to be reckoned with. No one would ever again think of humanity as weak, and no one would dare threaten Earth again. But the war wasn't over yet. The galaxy would remember this lesson. Earth was no longer silent.